right? The laundry room. We were going into the cosmetics. We were going into the bathroom. Everywhere where we could find toxic products, we were going to have a solution. So that when someone goes in from, let's say, a realtor, and the realtor leaves a box, welcome to your healthy home, we can get the whole home. Carter Briggs vision. Billy, I want them all. I want all these different products that people buy every day, and I just want a little piece of the dollar spent. Great. So, who's here tomorrow? Right? You'll meet Ed Coble. You guys ever shop in a mall? Ever go to a shopping mall? That's a lively crowd. Yeah, they invented it. Pretty substantial. You want them all? Here's the guy that invented it. Isn't that fantastic? Hey, you want a healthy home? Do we say that? Yeah. What are we doing? We're replacing products with everyday products. Now, we have some also phenomenon products. You do not know yet, and you will know in America, what glutathione is. You can look it up. Like I said, there's thousands of articles. You do not yet know the value that we're sitting on with a transdermal delivery system of glutathione. You see, I'm a science guy too. I think you guys would say I'm somewhat of a mad scientist. But that is substantial. And America doesn't know about it. Who here has heard of glutathione before I said it or before Linda said it? Very few. That means America doesn't even know how important that is. We'll talk about that a little bit more. So here's your house. Everywhere we can go. And Grayson, I did get your outdoor pesticides and all the other stuff you sent. I haven't dug through another box, but I appreciate that. So everything around the house, in the house, and here's the thing. If we cannot get it for you, we will find a way to cut a deal with the company. Right? If you have 60 million, 61, 63 million mothers that you're controlling the conversation, or at least putting good PR into the market through them, do you think that Toys R Us wants to talk to you? Sony PlayStation, AT&T, Barnes & Noble? Paige White backstage, she's dealing with those companies every day. But you know what we're doing? We're getting you loyalty discounts. We're leveraging them so that our families get these fantastic benefits. So if you're on SmartShip for $50 a month, we can show you how to save $1,000 a month. Mean $1,000 a year. $600 a year, we'll show you how to save $1,000. If you're buying $100 a month of product, we'll show you how to save $2,000 a year. If you're active and qualified, right, we'll show you how to save $4,000 a year. What do we want to do? We want to put money in your pocket, and we want to keep money in your pocket. If you can do that and buy everyday products, get paid to tell your friends about them, and you can save that kind of money just on shopping every day, where would you go? Would you stick around? It's a zero-sum game. You're not paying for your products, right? If you're only buying that few products, with our loyalty programs coming down the pipe, you get all those benefits, so you're saving money more than you're even buying our products. So next slide. So, portfolio of companies. Here's one thing that you can, when I was in the internet age, under some of the companies, and we had a whole portfolio of companies. It's like a mutual fund, right? You invest $100 million, $10 million in each company. You know, some are successful, some aren't. But the fact is, at that time, we were buying at least one company, a whole company, a week, every week, for years. That's what we did. We built companies, and then we just started buying companies all over the place around them. Expect this portfolio to grow, and to grow, and to grow, to give you more products, right, that are good, high-quality products that help you grow your business. At the end of the day, it's my job not only to fight these chemical companies, but to grow a business that you can be proud of, that you know the people that stand up here on the stage are good at what they do. You don't have to question if they're up at 3 o'clock in the morning when Mike Hernandez calls me, or Angela at 12 o'clock at night. You don't have to question the fact that we're not there for you, because we are. We're good at what we do. And this is what we do. We build companies quick. We use the media to overwhelm. And if we can overwhelm and move so quickly, by the time someone figures out what we're actually doing, paying somebody 10%, you know how powerful that is? If I can just go out and say, hey, Brittany, I'm going to sign you up and I get paid 10% for referring you to buy great products, just like Whole Foods, stored to your door. I get 10%, not the one time you buy, every time you buy. When you understand, and hopefully over time we'll keep on talking about this, that is more powerful than you can imagine. Who's here heard of Angie's List? Amazon, eBay, all those companies. You know what they do? Let me ask you this, here's easy. Would you download an app that had 1 star? Good consumers, trained. Would you buy a book, right, that had 1,000 1 stars from Amazon? Would you shop at eBay, right, when the seller has a rating of 10? No, right? But guess what? Guys like me trained you to do that in under 10 years. We changed the entire social fabric of buying products and support now a $20 trillion industry. How? We digitized word of mouth, the most powerful medium in the history of mankind. And guess what we're doing here? We're taking word of mouth advertising, cutting out the middleman, cutting out the store, so we can point a gun like a commando directly at home. Grocery stores. I had people all over the country walk into Walmarts and Targets and ask the general managers, hey, got my friends here, right? They're going to shop. Took me a while to do it. I don't know how long it took me to sell them to get here, but I got them here. And they're going to shop and they're going to buy a bunch of stuff. How much are you going to pay me? Nothing. Oh, that's fantastic. How much are we going to pay you for doing the same thing? As good or better products at a retail competitive price, and we're going to pay you just to tell your friends about what you do every day anyway. That's powerful. That's better than Groupon. Okay, understand me when I say that. That's better than Groupon. Because you can shop, and every time you shop, right, and Sophie Dentiste told me one time, she's on our team, and she said, wow, every time you fill up your shopping cart, someone gets paid. Are you kidding me? You know, Honest.com, they got their own products. You know what they were valued at last week? $1 billion. Not that because they're selling a bunch of stuff. They use the media to create a brand. Now they're out there valued at $1 billion because they have a brand. What did they do? Before you even know it, they were in all these stores all over the place. Right now you got Honest.com, right, online. You have Whole Foods here, and then you have the direct selling companies in the middle. All we did was tie that together and say, okay, direct retail. That's how we came up with that term. And you know who's paying attention to us? Wall Street. Because that's a very interesting thing to be able to pay someone 10% and have a business model that can make that happen. Okay, next slide. Okay, we started small. Keep going. We're going to go through this one quick. Right, pushing it down the road. We're trying to get the car out of the garage. Keep going. Car's going. We're pushing it along further, kicking it actually, jumping up and down on it. So now we're headed down the track fast. I think we can all say that we move pretty quickly, right? So we had our pit stop, right? Everyone was recharging their batteries. That's what you do. We wanted to congratulate and thank everybody. Now, here's the thing. Here's what we didn't have. Our driver wasn't ready. Our driver, for a few years, couldn't be ready, but he could orchestrate. He could teach a guy like me about an industry that I had never seen before. Yeah, I had some involvement with it, and I had a bad experience. Right. The mic up? Okay, they're backstage telling me to put the mic in here tonight. So, Brig Hart could not come out from behind the curtain yet. But he was orchestrating what we were doing. He had a grand vision of how to re-engineer, right, or to innovate an entire industry. Right, now that's a big thing to do. To go look at an industry and say they're not doing it right. But I'm going to pioneer a new way of doing it. Bill, can you go out and help me Sure, that's what I do. Love it. I'll do it 24 hours a day. I will slug it out with anybody. I will not run, and I will fight every single day because I love what I do. I love my family. I love what I do. Can't say I love all of you. I certainly like you, but Brig. Next slide. There we are. Now look at Brig right there. So he is ready to come out. And I tell you what, Brig has always said, wow, you guys just built me a Ferrari. Well, that's right. That's what I do. See, I can build a great looking watch. But I can't sell the watch. I don't think anyone can sell a watch like Brig could. And Brig is bringing to us the systematic way of building businesses. Your businesses. He knows how to do that. Brig, in his first business, brought millions of people in. Over $5 billion of retail sales. Billions. They're big numbers. But he did it again. And then he did it again. And his last business, it was probably around, I think, $3 billion. Millions of people. You're the first. Right? You're here to see Brig come out and to learn from Brig and probably be one of those first 100 that are mentored by Brig. He broke 500 diamonds in his last business. This is a race car driver. This is a horse that anyone like me would bet on. Right? To mortgage a house, to get every dollar out of your pocket, to throw that down on the table and say, Brig hard. He's the guy. But I'll tell you this, more than that, more than the guy that I went down to meet, when Michelle and I had pulled in a publishing portfolio, I read his book, and I went down to see Brig. And okay, so I'm seeing another business guy, this is fantastic, Brig is successful, he's my kind of guy. He stopped in the middle of everything. Because we're ranting and raving about stuff. If you ever get in a room with Brig and me, you're never going to get a word in edgewise, trust me. Mm-hmm. And he prayed for my son. People barely ever ask me in my life, how are you doing? Seriously, think of that. Years and years and years of your life serving people, serving our country, serving our military, serving the White House, and people never even ask you, how are you doing, Bill? Now, several have recently, which is fantastic, and I appreciate it. But Brig, not even knowing Brig, stopped and literally took that moment out to care about me. I mean, my family hardly cared about me. And that was important to me. That changed my perspective. And it showed me a guy that I wanted to be more like myself. I don't get inspired by anybody. Trust me, I've seen them all. Come and go, I've seen big businessmen, internet giants, movie stars, rock stars, the whole thing. I'm not impressed by that. But I was more impressed by Brig than I had been in years and years and years, maybe 2 or 3 people in my life. And I told Brittany when I got home, I just met this guy, Brig Hart. She's like, well, who's that? And I said, well, he is a strong Christian guy, pretty bright, you'll find that whatever he's doing, whatever path he's carved in life, I want some of that. And I'm telling you one thing, when you hear Brig, and when you latch onto his coattails, and there's 100% chance that anyone here, you better latch onto his coattails. Because if he's going to do billions and billions of dollars in his past, it certainly isn't indicative of future results. But would you bet on a guy who's done that multiple times to help you build your business? Why are we turning the keys over to Brig? You're the fuel, we build the car, and Brig is our driver. So I appreciate everyone listening to the rant, but to understand the company that you're involved with, it's good for you to know the people. And you hear from me, about the Toxic Titans, but that's a little bit about the way I do business, right? And the people who I do business with. As your partner, which I am, and I do work for you, and our team knows that clearly, that you can depend on us, that we're building something that's very real, that's serious, and we take Brig coming out hugely serious. Right? This is not a science project. This is not, something that we built this business to last, and we built it strong. Because now that Brig is out of the let's say the starting gate, he's going to run. So hopefully you guys get that you need to run with him. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.